Hey, folks, thanks so much for tuning in with me here today. Got to turn this music down, right? Thanks so much for tuning in here with me today. If you're a voiceover artist, stuck, struggling, not sure how to grow fast enough, look, this is the place that you definitely want to be. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in here today. We're going to be talking about online coaching for voiceover. Let's talk about it. All right, folks, thanks so much for tuning in here today. As you can see, I got on some grind and don't quit gear. Just got this in over the weekends. Usually you are used to seeing me wear a grind and don't quit t-shirt. If you want to get the gear, just check out the links in the description. We're going to talk today. By the way, everyone that's in here live, hey, I see you, Kenny. Hey, thanks for being here. Everyone that's in here live with me right now in the comment section, could you go ahead and put in hashtag live? Hashtag live if you are happen to be watching the replay, because I'm not live right now. Go ahead and put in hashtag replay. Make sure if you're not subscribed, you subscribe, give me a thumbs up, couple hearts, all that kind of great stuff. And I definitely will appreciate it. When we're talking about online coaching, right? What kind of coaching do you actually need to have when it comes to voiceover coaching online? It's a lot of different stuff, right? A lot of different things you can learn, a lot of different coaches you can go to, many of them outstanding across the board on different levels when it comes to script interpretation, when it comes to audio production, when it comes to Sales and marketing, working on the freelance sites like Fiverr and different ones like that. But what is it that you actually need? And I'm going to pull up here a little bit because I kind of want to get real with you here for a moment. When you're talking about getting started in voiceover, you can get inundated with information, right? You can really get information overload when it comes to this. Who do you trust? Who's going to be the best go to person for this? And for different people, it'll be different coaches, it'll be different things. One of the things that I've said so many times over the years is that, look, you can learn anything you want to learn on YouTube. Many people call it YouTube University, right? Um, it's Miss VS World is saying I need everything, especially marketing and script interpretation. Well, I mean, it's a brand new skill set, right? Voiceover for most starts as a hobby. Thanks so much, Kenny. I appreciate that. It starts as a hobby for so many, kind of dipping your toe in. It's not really a career move at the beginning. I dare say for most of us because of the learning curve. When you look at just the learning curve on using microphones, right? Just picking out a mic, people can stress out over just picking out a microphone. I can tell you right now, don't stress out over picking out a microphone. Get something that's decent. And hey, Gerald, thanks so much, my friend. Get something that's decent. If you get even a budget mic starting around 250, $300, you're going to be fine. Some folks will tell you not to use a USB mic. They want you to use an XLR. I'm going to tell you it doesn't matter. I watched this video one time speaking about the differences between an XLR and a USB mic. It, all it is a connection. That's it. It's a connection. There is no difference. Now, where the differences come into play, it isn't in the quality of the mic. The differences come into play because you're talking about how you use that microphone with gear. Like an XLR mic, you're going to have more control because you're going to be plugging it into an audio interface. You may even use something like I use, like a DBX 286S, to control the background noise. There's all these different things you can plug a XLR microphone into that just makes it um, so that you have more control over what's going on. But is a USB mic better than an XLR mic, especially if you're just starting out? No. And if you've watched any of my videos, even some of the other big ones, coaches that are out there, all of us started with a USB microphone and started making money. And that's the thing. You want to start with where you are, start making the money before you invest in gear. Because the thing about investing in gear, so many times VOs make the mistake of thinking that, well, I'm not getting work right now because I don't have, a Neumann TLM 103, or I don't have a Sennheiser MKH 416. And it's not the case. It's just not. And so you invest in gear thinking that that's going to be the thing to get you work, and it never is. I'm going to say this. I want you to hear me. If you can't get work with a USB mic, you're not going to get work with a Neumann TLM 103, which, by the way, I love. I've owned the Neumann TLM 103. I've also owned the Sennheiser MKH 416. A lot of that, you can check links in my description of this video and kind of get to where I reviewed gear. I review gear a lot with that. I was looking for my other mic I have out here. It's like one of my go-to favorite mics now, but I don't have it out here with that. But the gear enhances who you are, but it doesn't make you. And again, if you can't get work using a USB mic, you improving your gear is not going to be the thing. What you need to understand more than anything else is just about your DAW. How are you editing and processing your audio inside of your DAW? Of course, with an XLR mic, there's a lot of things you can do, as I said, with the external gear you can use to kind of help with some of that, uh, what you sound like going into your DAW. Instead of fixing it, you can have it fixed already if you've got, appropriate gear. Whether that's through your audio interface. And I love the DBX 286S. I just do. I You're hearing it right now. even with this pod mic. This is $100 podcast mic. I love this little microphone. Thinking about getting some other gear for my podcast and things of that nature. But um, yeah, get started with what you have, because you spending more and more money is not going to get you more and more work. You want to start spending money because you're getting better, because you're already making money. That's when you want to start investing in things. And like, people will ask, like, when should I quit my job? Well, you quit your day job when you're making enough money than or doing voiceover or whatever than you are on your day job. It's not rocket science. You can't quit before you're making the money. Your wife will kill you. Your husband will kill you. Your kids will kill you. If you kind of make that move without any sort of backup going on with that. But when we talk about online coaching, I'm telling you, YouTube University is not a place, but YouTube University is a place you can learn anything you want to learn. Anything you want to learn. All you have to do is type in the question: how to use Audacity, how to use Adobe Audition, how to use Wave plugins, how to do proper microphone technique, how to set up a DBX 286S, how to set up a Personas, how to set up a Focusrite. It's all there, right? It is all right there. Now, when you're looking at a coach, or a reason to have a coach, is really, in the long run or in the short run, it's about access. It is literally about access. Do you want to invest in a coach, which, by the way, will shorten your learning curve drastically for the things that you want to learn? You just have to pick the person that you think is the best for you. I'm not even saying I'm the best for everyone, because everyone has different personalities and things of that nature. And you want to make sure that if you are going to use a coach, you got to like the person, right? You got to connect in some way, shape, or form with that person. It's one of the reasons why, I mean, I do live streams at this point now, Monday through Friday, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Monday through Friday is when I do my live streams. And if you're not subscribed to my channel on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe there. Um, it's just Earl Hall Studio, youtube.com/Earl Hall Studio. And you kind of see that right here. Boom. Earl Hall Studio. You can also get there by going to my website, stepstovoiceoversuccess.com. I've got a free Facebook group. Definitely think you ought to join into, to get some information there. Sometimes I post things in my Facebook group that I don't do on YouTube. So it's kind of like one of those things. Also, go ahead and follow me on Instagram too. Voiceover Business Development for that over on Instagram. We have, when you talk about access, which is what you're paying for from an online coach. I know for my group, my mastermind group, we meet every Wednesday, 5 p.m. Eastern. They have access to everything I have ever taught. They have access to hours and hours and hours of training. And people love the mastermind that I have, because you can get lifetime access. It's a one-time payment. You can get lifetime access. You can get monthly access if you just want to pay month to month. Most people actually do the lifetime access because they're going to have access to me every Wednesday. And it's going to come a point where you're going to come across something where you just need to ask someone that knows. You can't, like, put up, I mean, if you put up a comment on some of these YouTube channels, you may get a comment back, you may not. But if you're in, like, my mastermind group, it doesn't matter what it is that you're studying. You could be studying my course on how to use Audacity. You could be studying my course on script interpretation. You could be studying my course on how to get work on Fiverr, or how to use LinkedIn to get work. You could be looking at how to charge, how to set up a website. There's all these different things, just hours and hours and hours of information. And I tell all of my students, I don't care where you start as far as in the courses that I've taught, the hours that are there, but watch the videos and use Wednesday as your opportunity to ask me in-depth questions about what it is that you're studying and learning. Because I've got so much information at this point, and everybody that comes in, you're at different levels. You may know already how to use Wave plugins, but you might want to watch a video on how I do that. You may have seen, what I taught on how to use the pay-to-play sites, but you've got deeper questions, because nothing can be covered in a video. Everything cannot be covered in a video. Some things can, but I say use the videos in my mastermind. And I'm hoping other coaches kind of operate like this too, where you can actually speak to them. And you're not speaking to, like, a member of my staff, or you're talking to me. And these are on live Zoom sessions. Literally, these are on live Zoom sessions that I do every Wednesday. So you get to see everyone that's there. You get to see me, obviously. If I need to teach something more in depth, like something that has to do with Adobe Audition, I'll just pull up Adobe Audition for someone that has a question on that, and I'll just show them. You click here, click here, click here. That is what you want to coach for. You want to coach so that they can answer your questions immediately. You want to coach so that they can get you from 0 to 100 real quick, right? You want to coach so that you don't have to wonder what to do. The coach is there to answer your specific questions. So I'm going to open it up here for a few minutes right now. If you've got a question, go ahead and pop it in the chat and I'll see that and I'll go ahead and answer your questions if you have some right here live. If you don't have any questions, that's okay too. And we will take it from there. But when it comes down to really selecting a coach, it's your personal preference on who it is that you want to go with. Obviously, money's involved, so price may be a factor to you. But one of the things that I can say about price in the years that I've been in business and the things that I've bought, I pay for coaching as well, is that you're going to get what you pay for. If you're looking for the cheapest thing, if you're just looking for a $29 ebook or something like that, it's not going to move your needle. It's not going to move the needle. And no coach is going to spend time with you for $29. I can tell you that right now. It's just not going to happen. But it's easier and I don't think it's cost prohibitive or price prohibitive, I say. It's almost like you need to look at what's it going to cost you by not jumping in. If you say you want to do this on a professional level, you have to think like a professional. When you're thinking about even your voiceover career and thinking about being a professional, well, that's why you want the Norman TLM 103. That's why you'd invest the $1,000 to get it because you see the pros using it. That's why you'd invest the $999 for the Sennheiser MKH 416. You got to think about your coach in the same way because what is it going to cost you by not moving? What is it going to cost you by just looking for everything free? Now, obviously, everybody can't afford everything, and I'm not oblivious to that. But if this is something that you're going to seriously dive into, you're going to need someone to hold your hand. You're going to need someone to walk you through. All right, M.A. Bushinger says, what's the worst VO advice you've ever followed, and what did you learn from it? The worst VO advice I ever followed was to get a demo made, to spend $3,000 on a demo. That was the worst advice I ever got because you need to be able to make your own demo. The video that I created or the live stream that I did Friday, I go into depth and talk about that. So you might want to check that out too. Let's see, 22nd Century Disco. When you're direct marketing, which is the best department to approach? It depends on the genre that you're talking about. The marketing department is probably pretty good. What's the other one? Marketing, and then also, oh gosh, I forgot the name of it. But mostly, if you go through the marketing department, you'll be able to get to the person that you need to get to with that. But we also go through, it's part of the training that I do inside of my mastermind. It goes in depth on that. I mean, real in depth, more in depth than I can go here in just a few minutes. So you might want to check out that mastermind as well. Link is in the description for that, or you can just see it if you go to stepstovoiceoversuccess.com. You'll see that mastermind that's there. Go ahead and join the mastermind. I mean, especially with lifetime access, and you never have to worry about, whether or not you can get your question answered from someone that is in the know. Just join the lifetime. It's well worth the money, for that, with that. And you're more than welcome, M.A. Bushings. Not a problem at all. Well, look, folks, let's see. Where's my music here? I want to thank everybody so much for being here with me today on this live stream. I am here with you Monday through Friday, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. I'll be here to answer your questions, to talk to you guys, you folks. Make sure, go ahead, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to the YouTube channel at youtube.com/Earl Hall Studio. Go ahead and check out the website, stepstovoiceoversuccess.com. Lots of courses there, as well as the mastermind. If you need an online coach, hey, as they say, when the student is ready, the master appears. Maybe I'm that for you. Have no idea, but find your master so that you can get trained in a very good way. Be smart, be careful, and do your background checks, all that kind of stuff. Read reviews from different folks. Make sure you join our free Facebook group as well. The link is in the description. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Take care.